Starting this game, 6 minutes, first to 7. I have no idea how this is going to play out. Both these players are pretty good. Both teams, I'd say, are around the tier. And of course, since they watched the last game, they're going to go AFK in the corner. I will join the game like the law and beat it myself. Dave, thoughts?
I think you should.
Sounds good enough. We already get the saves on Upsky. You know, both these teams, they still like every start of a set is just feeling the other team out. How are they playing this time? Maybe they played this way last time. Maybe it's different this time, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So definitely the first game, I'd almost say, is like just kind of a feel.
It's very exploratory.
Feelers. Exactly. All right, we do have Upsky going down, making it a 3v2 at the moment, almost done with the first minute of the match.
Noah Cheese Combos. Shout out to you, my guy.
Nice.
I like the name.
Yeah, you know, I love cheese combos.
So, not gonna lie, pizza combos are my favorite. Cheese are good, but
that's
pizza's where it's at.
Fair enough. All right, so a lot of they're all diving at the once. That's super cool. Goes in and gets the tag. Trades out for Upsky. That's still huge for them. Getting him back up so he's not tagged anymore. Merritt going down. There is still one player, Upsky, remaining on the side of Invicta, and it does. And the Killers hit the first round. Instantly diving and jousting into the middle is what the Killers wanted to do. But it does look like Invicta's playing more of a defensive side in the back outer flank areas. I wonder if they're just going to cycle around and try and probably stay grouped. Both these teams are looking like they're trying to stay grouped. Would you agree?
Invicta, not so much right now. But they definitely started off together. But now they appear to be quite spread out, at least with us watching Upsky over here in the back. But it almost seems like he might be playing more the untagging role. Like I was mentioning earlier, how some teams tend to have some people playing almost more of a support role.
Absolutely, I would agree. A lot of teams, especially in the higher end sets of the bracket, you'll see very dedicated taggers, fraggers, and defense revives, your healers, almost. Even though everyone has the same kit, there's a way every different ways you can use it. It is now currently still 1-0, just under the what's 3? That's fair. All right, never mind. Screw my sentence. We're just done with the first third of the game. 1-1. Killers and Invicta. Are you vibing with this music? Maybe I'm not trying to catch myself doing to it. It's like, hey, wait, we're still casting. 3 minutes, 30 left on the board, 1-1. Do you have any predictions so far? This just seems like the first game's always just kind of a feeler, and I never know.
It's so hard to tell. And both these teams are both playing fairly well. Really sure what's going on right now at this moment.
So basically what I've seen from when these happens is this is a common move I even saw from Havoc and Carnate, I think, and Exception might have done this. But basically they hide in this corner and they're waiting for someone to make the Skywalker getting the double. That's super dope, especially in these type matches. But basically they're waiting for someone to make the first move and play reactive to turn it to active. So if you dive in one side, I can now decide to flank around. I can decide to leave. You move at the same speed. It's about how you position yourself.
Very interesting. Most games you almost see people wanting to take the initiative rather than being more reactive, but
I totally
like it's
agree.
almost working out for him here.
So I guess in a way, because if you put yourself in the corner, that's you trying to take control of that move. Bomber just made a Trader Sean meme. Unfortunately, I can't get those into the stream because they're all set paths. But I will definitely post those and add those to the bank. We are almost approaching the 2-minute mark. No one puts baby in a corner. I don't even know what you're talking about, Parsi. Approaching to the 2 minutes, 1-1. I honestly
That's okay. I got you, Parsi.
Nerd. All right, so going into the, I don't know who I think's gonna win this match. Still, I mean, it's still like it's just kind of consistent, moderate gameplay. Definitely going into it. I mean, 2 minutes left, 1-1. There's not a whole lot. I mean, there's a whole lot of times that, you know, all someone needs to do is a little bit of momentum going up. I feel like Upsky is always tagged. Not that he's getting tagged a lot, but when he's tagged for a long time.
Yeah, Killers are definitely just guarding him, not wanting to move away and let them get him back up. But
is he a target? Is that an identified target we might have missed? As in they see him, like maybe there's some stats and players that I didn't quite see.
I don't think so. I think Killers just don't want to let him get back up because they feel like they have the advantage right now, and Killers are waiting them out, trying to get them to almost pull out so that way they can get in and get the untag. Or maybe get a pick when one of them does
Gotcha.
come away. But either way, if they keep this up, this round will end up as a tie. So
Someone redeem drink water, please. Last minute of the game. It's going to be the first game. I mean, if they tie, they get the same amount of points, and we're going to see this streamed 3 times in a row, which I think just means extra good bracket making.
I agree.
Yeah,
it's just Parsi that Ben is an uncultured swine, because he may be dancing, but he's certainly not dirty dancing.
Yeah, they're just gonna look past that one. The last 30 seconds
He
of
also
the game.
probably didn't get that reference.
1-1. Up guy is still tagged. Man, I'd be so bored.
Yeah.
It's like
he's been sitting there for about a minute
I
and
need
a half
a-
now, I think.
I need an ups guy let me in meme. Like the let me in
the Eric Andre.
for being tagged. Yeah. He's like, people make the public lobby memes about not getting untagged, and then they take it to a tournament and don't untag their teammates. Coming into it, first game is a tie. I'm interested to see what those stat boards are. Maybe they'll give us some more insight.
At least in terms of tags.
All right, so what do we got? We got Noah Gamer with 2.5, Gray Fox with 1. Spice Milk, if the other team doesn't show up, it's a forfeit and you automatically win. Cosmic Donkey should be responding. He's been around this morning. Skywalker is now dancing. So after the last match, if Skywalker happens to be listening to stream and listens to my put more resources into untagging your teammate late game, how do you see this game going?
It'll be really interesting to see. Killers have been playing really defensive, very passive. They kind of just get a pick and then guard it and hope they can get a second one after that, and then they get aggressive. But I think we're going to need to see a little bit more aggression from them with a single pick instead of committing 2 or even all 3 of them to guard just a single player. I think maybe leaving ones to guard's not a terrible idea, but they definitely need to utilize the zoning more and just try to keep Invicta away if they really want to score these points.
Absolutely. They're starting to close on Merrick, and Gray Fox ends up getting that tag. We saw that one coming because he put himself in a corner by himself with a 2-1 split from the Killers. So it's going to be kind of interesting. I wonder how long he's going to be down. See, that's the thing. Getting tagged in corners in these brackets are difficult because you have to make the long, obvious, I'm going here move to get your teammate untagged. So you always want to be tagged around the corner of a wall that's like accessible from multiple points if you're going to get tagged. And that's what makes kind of the open area pretty dramatic when fighting. So we're watching a little bit of Skywalker. He's the only player remaining here, so we're going to keep watching this view. We want to see how he's going to get this. See, my drop would be I'd go up to the horizontal tunnel. So if you fly in the upper ring on the outside, you actually can't, no one can see you. So I'd act like I'm going to the other side, go up, flank back, go across the horizontal tunnel, and then guarantee an untag on the guy by the scoreboard.
Right.
And then that would let you get some iframes to get your teammate up. Being in the open, I mean, you do kind of feel stuck. It's just a game of chicken. And so you're going to waste a lot of time there. But that's where you kind of get into more layers of the map itself. Chat and those watching, tell me kind of what you think of that strategy. But that's why that upper ring is there. It's so you can kind of reveal yourself as you need. You can go around these windows, but you can still kind of play the game of, oh, you don't actually know where I am. But that's super cool, because you can be in a corner, go around the top, go around the horizontal, and then be on the other side of the map while they're still kind of looking in a corner. So
yeah, that definitely seems sound. From right now, I think from the Killers, I want to see a little bit more aggression here. They have all 3 just guarding both, and given the proximity of those 2 tags to each other, I think the Killers can really afford to be a bit more aggressive here, really try to get that point. Because they don't necessarily have the lead yet. So if they don't actually tag Skywalker for, as unlikely as it is, another 3 minutes, this will end in another tie. And Skywalker's going to.
I was going to say, at this point, like, you have 0-0 with half the game through. I know you don't want to throw a point in defensive, but like if a game is 0-0 as a tie, pretty straight. Drazbin just explained why you need the minimap. I don't like the minimap. It doesn't actually work well for comp. 2 down still. Skywalker. It's just like, I just don't think, because the difference is, right, I think they know the rule of they would have to go and do another game after this, right? So keeping it 0-0 does absolutely nothing. There's no gain for your team from getting another tie.
Yeah, unless their plan is just to pulled out into the last minute, and then all three of them dive Skywalker at the very end. But
All right, we got a point.
well, they got their
The
point.
side of the killer. So, like, what bothers me, Skywalker could have done that 3 minutes ago and then given himself 2 more minutes to fight.
Exactly.
So, like, if you get yourself in a situation where, like, I have no idea how I can get this player, chat's going, or crowd's going crazy, sorry about that. But, like, if you don't have a plan to get that out and you're 0-0, the wasting the time doesn't benefit you. So if he would have ended himself at the 5-minute mark and made the play, then he would have given himself more time to come back from that loss.
I fully agree. I think it makes total sense because now they find themselves down 2-0 with less than 2 minutes left.
What round is this and what are the scores? This is the Killers versus Invicta. It's currently 2-0. You can see it, right? Or is this something else we're talking about? Yeah, it's round 2. They tied round 1. And so this is the second game. So we've seen this 3 times in a row on live already. It's pretty crazy. Eon, I know you're about the tube strap, but you need to play the tube strap to know how the tube strap feels. And watch her like go into it and then absolutely just destroy it.
So hard. Could you imagine?
That would be awesome. God, that'd be so funny. All right, we're approaching the 1 minute of this game two of the set. I mean, it's gonna be the Killers, I think. I mean, unless Invicta like pulls something up, stop playing in the sides. They were playing corners. They adapted the corners based on what they saw, and it's not working for them late game. So I think moving to the center is definitely the best move for them.
For sure.
Because if you go against a team and you're losing in the corners, change it up. If it's not working, change it up. If it's working, don't change it. That's how I can see it.
Makes sense.
44 seconds remaining. 2-0. I want to see Skywalker. Yeah, going for it. Hey, dude, that's the same from Parsi did that move. It's the T-pose because you got to put your hands out to the side, so you kind of super awesome. Last 30 seconds remaining of this set. Killers could be staying in the winners, but I mean, Invicta losing their last seconds to be able to get any points on the board. This is a pretty low. Both of these are pretty low scored matches. I mean, the first one was 1-1, and then this one's 2-0. But that happened really fast in the game. So I mean, it's very interesting. These teams definitely aren't far off balance of skill.
No, I think all these teams are just playing very safe. From the Killers especially, I'm seeing them playing extremely defensive. Again, we're going to see, I feel like in past tournaments, we are used to seeing much higher tag numbers than this, but not necessarily a bad thing. It's just these teams are playing a lot safer, a lot more strategic, trying to really make sure that the other teams can't get any untags off.
Yeah, I mean, looking again, Upsky's gotten some saves on the board. I think our Noah Gamer with the 5 KD is super good.
Yeah, Joe with 6.
I didn't even see that one.
He only got frozen once.
That's pretty crazy, honestly. So, going from here, the Killers are staying up, and Invicta's going down. We'll check out the brackets momentarily. But, how do you see if these... I wonder if these teams... So, like, the Killers play, and then if they get sent down, who do you think would win the losers bracket? Out of these two teams.
I don't know if I have an answer for you.
Fair enough. Well, I guess we'll see it whenever that does happen. We'll be back in just one moment while I get these games set up, and I want to show you guys the bracket.